Hey family, what's good? This is your girl and the Bronze Goddess, and I'm actually here today to do this tag video. This is going to be a really interesting video. It's not your typical run-of-the-mill tag. It's asking a lot deeper questions about like MCNs and the beauty community and sponsored videos, a little bit of everything. So it's definitely going to be a longer video because it's 19 questions, so you may need a snack for this one. I'm not necessarily I'm definitely not a beauty guru. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm more like a makeup enthusiast, a little bit. I don't buy every palette from every line, from every brand every day. That's not me. But I do love and I can appreciate a beat face, alright? And I do share a couple of my beats here and there. How long have you been uploading beauty content on YouTube? I've actually been doing beauty videos and things like that on my channel for about 5+ years now. I started off mostly doing like hair videos because a lot of people were asking me questions about my locks, and I was really excited about my lock journey because they were still sort of new to me. And as they grew, I was doing all these different styles and stuff like that. So I would say beauty content about 5+ years. What was your first experience as a content creator? My first video I was so awkward and so shy. Definitely not as bold and as rambunctious as I am right now. I had taken the lampshade off my lamp. I was sitting in front of the bathtub and I was just very shy and very quiet. And it's so funny because one of the first videos that I did, I was thanking the 2 people who had subscribed to my channel. And I kind of got embarrassed by my earlier videos, so I ended up deleting that video, which is a big regret for me because I loved having that video to be able to keep me humble. Right now I'm over 84,000 subscribers, and it would be good to go back to, you know, the essence, you know. I'm gonna be all over the place. I was watching this episode of Cribs, the MTV show Cribs, and there was this multi-millionaire, and he was giving them a tour of his beautiful palatial mansion. And on the wall, he had this picture of this house. It was a raggedy, rickety, rundown old house, and he said that that was the house that he grew up in. And he kept it on the wall to kind of remind him of where he came from. And just a great reminder to stay humble. That's what I feel like that video would have did for me. That's why I wish I didn't delete it, because anytime where I feel like I'm getting too big, or anytime where I don't feel like I'm not at a certain level, I remind myself of where I started from, and it would really help to keep me humble. So yeah. But anyway, question number 3, share the story behind the most viewed video. My most viewed video on YouTube is a music video review of Carrie Hilson's video. I forgot the name of the song. It was a couple of years, I think 5 years ago if I'm not mistaken, and the video has about 150,000 views, which is not a lot for a lot of people, but for me it's my most viewed video. And I was just sharing my opinion. I felt like Carrie Hilson has a really nice voice, very beautiful voice, and in that particular video was very sort of, I'm gonna be blunt, it was very kind of raunchy, and I was a little bit disappointed because I felt like she had enough, her voice alone could have just carried the song. I didn't feel like she had to try to be like everybody else. But anyway, I was saying all that in the video. What are your opinions on the sense of community between the beauty vloggers? Try to include both positive and negative things that you've encountered. The positive thing is that I really appreciated, you know, when people supported my book. I wrote a book, The Dating Game. I wrote it published it last October, and I really appreciated people like Destiny Godly and Missy Lynn and Jazzy Juju B, people like that for just, you know, telling their supporters that I have written a book. Oftentimes I hear people complain that there is no sense of community on YouTube, but yet they don't support anybody else. I try to support everybody, whether it's Missy Lynn's palette or whether it's whatever it is, Stingray by It's My Ray Ray. Try to support everybody who is doing something, but it was the first time that everybody, well, there were people who actually came to support me, and I really appreciated that. And I really feel like we don't do that enough. Like when Missy Lynn's palette came out, I was happy to see that people did like eyeshadow looks using the palette. But when we go out and buy everybody else's palette, why can't we support our very own? Why can't we get Stingray lipstick from ColourPop? Why can't we get whatever it is, whoever it is that they have out there? But I just feel like we don't support each other enough. Like there is room enough for all of us. I said it before, as big as the sky is, I've never seen 2 birds collide. There is room for all of us on YouTube. Whether it's so-and-so's t-shirts or so-and-so's books or so-and-so's this or so-and-so's that. Like, I just feel like we can all win if we support each other more, and I don't feel like we do that enough. So I feel like it's a lot more about self than it was in '09 when I first started making videos. It's a lot more about me and how's it going to benefit me, and I can't help you if you don't have the same kind of numbers. It's a waste for me to collaborate with you because I'm here and you're there, and it's very, I don't know. It's very elitist at this point to some people. And also the negative experience that I have experienced is one time somebody was trying to organize an Atlanta vlogger like meetup where there's so many vloggers that live in Atlanta. The person was trying to organize a little meetup, and all of us were CC'd in this email, and we were talking back and forth, and this one individual kept speaking to everybody but me, like, addressing people by name but me. And I feel like the reason why the person was doing that was because, again, I didn't have the numbers, so the person didn't feel like I was worthy to speak to. Now that's the part of YouTube that I don't like. It's like, girl, I'm a person just like you. Like, we both making YouTube videos, but like, it's the lack of humility on YouTube is the thing that bothers me. I miss the sense of community, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to say this bluntly, money ruined YouTube. Before money stepped into the picture in any capacity, everything was fine. People were talking about sharing each other's videos and working together, and who cares, it's just numbers. Nobody cared about any of that. But as soon as money was introduced, that's why the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money. Not money all by itself. Money buys medicine and clean water and all that. But the love of money has ruined the true community part about YouTube. Told you I was going to be blunt. I wasn't playing. Have you signed with any multi-channel network? Why or why not? No, I haven't signed with an MCN. I'm not interested in it. I don't trust them, to be honest. If I've gotten this far without you, why do I need you? You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. You didn't buy these lights, this camera, this setup, none of that. I just feel like, from what I've seen, not personally, because like I said, I'm not signed with any of them, I've seen too many videos of people saying that if you have a small channel, they do nothing for you. They don't help grow your channel. They don't do any of the things they promise you. I feel like from what I've seen, they give you these contracts where they lock you in and they get a portion of your AdSense, but there is no contractual obligation of them to do anything for you. If I were to sign with them, they would have to be able to tell me in writing, I will double your channel's growth by this amount of time, or I will do this, or I will do that. I feel like only thing they say they're gonna do in their little contract is they'll try, if they even do that. So I just don't trust them. Like I said, I've only seen larger channels thrive on there, but if you are a smaller channel, I just don't see where they think it's worth it for them to actually help you. I actually feel like a lot of them are a scam, but don't sign with them unless you do your research and all that, because I really don't trust them. Next question is, what is a good way you found to promote your content and reach a broader audience? The best way that I found to promote my content is through social media. I feel like everything should be interconnected. If you are on Periscope, you should be telling the folks about Periscope, about your YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, it's all kind of, because somebody could be on one social media and not even know that you have a YouTube channel. Anybody that you come in contact with is a possible viewer to your channel. So they might be on Instagram and never even known that there was a beauty community on YouTube. So you want to always cross promote. Let them know on Instagram, hey, I got a new video in case you guys want to see how I did this makeup, or on Twitter or whatever. Just don't spam the people, but let them know, okay? Let them know that you have a YouTube channel. That's one of my favorite ways to promote. In your opinion, what is a bad way to self-promote? The worst possible way that I've seen to self-promote is the spamming that I talked about. I hate when people are like, hey guys, it's me. I just want you guys to come check out my channel. It's like, to me, it's the equivalent of you going to a Beyonce concert, and while you're singing to Beyonce and you're just singing your song and you're, I'm a single lady, and everybody's just sitting there and enjoying it, and the person next to you is like, hey, I know you're enjoying Beyonce, but Rihanna has a concert right down the street. And when you're done with this, maybe you'd like, it's like, girl, I ain't coming for this, like, girl, no. And I know they don't mean it like that, but that's the way it really comes across. Alright, so next question. Since YouTube for beauty is a whole new ball game as opposed to how it was a few years ago, what would you say are the necessities to have in order for your channel to grow and be successful? Your videos have to be in HD. 720, 1080 is a huge plus. The lighting has to be decent. And I feel like, natural sunlight is always the best lighting. It's beautiful. But you can also get umbrella lights super duper cheap from like Amazon or something like that. For years, I actually recorded on my iPhone. I just made sure that the room was well lit, use a lot of daylight and stuff like that. But, and you definitely need to edit your videos. Back in the day, people, you know, you could get away with just using your webcam, but you gotta think about it. Would you watch a webcam video when people are shooting Disney movies around this bad boy these days? People have camera crews and all of that. Like, things are getting more and more sophisticated. 1080 videos are more common. People have lighting and all these different things, fancy software. People are using Final Cut Pro and all that. I wouldn't suggest going out and paying a lot of money. Make sure that the camera that you're using, or your cell phone or whatever, it can shoot video for you, and you could use sunlight. But just it's all about the presentation. You don't have to have a nice fancy background as long as it's clean in the back and things like that so people don't get distracted during your video. But yeah, you have to have certain things. You don't have to have a fancy camera right away, but as long as the camera will shoot in high definition so people can actually watch it, because there's too much competition out there for somebody to want to watch your grainy video when they could watch somebody else's video in high def. And just being honest. So, what else? What would you say are the 3 most important things to do to optimize your videos for the public? Like I said, lighting. Lighting is crucial. I'm still working on getting mine to not be so like orange. If you know any tips and tricks for how to white balance and get my skin tone more accurate, then please let me know. Also, like I said, lighting, the camera quality. My 3rd tip, which is often overlooked, and that is a thumbnail. A really good looking thumbnail is a great way for you to get good views. Now, you don't want to be clickbait. A bright, colorful thumbnail. You know, if you're doing a lookbook, maybe show a couple of the looks in the thumbnail. If you're doing a makeup look, maybe do a final, you know, little picture with the look and they have some words on there, smoky eye. I've been debating about doing this, but let me know if you guys want me to do a how to do a thumbnail video, and I'll show you guys how to make one super easy and free. Alright, so the next question is, what are 3 things you make sure to never do while making and publishing content? I try to make sure that my house is never loud. I don't know if I was successful with that today because my kids are home, but I try to make sure that you can't really hear my kids in the background because I want it to really be professional and polished. Also, I try to make sure that the lighting is never too dark and all that, so I have my lighting in here. And then another thing is I try to make sure that I don't film unless I'm in the mood. There's been so many times where I turned on my camera and I tried to film something and I just can't get through it, and I hate wasting my time. So if I'm not in the mood to film, I never force it. I don't care how many requests, I don't care how long it's been since my last video. I try to only film when I'm into it because that way you guys can kind of feel the energy from me. But if I'm not into it, I don't film. That's really huge for me. Next one is describe your filming setup. I have a Canon Rebel T3i that I'm shooting on right now and 2 umbrella lights, and I'm also in front of a window, but it's like an overcast day, which is why I have my lights on. I prefer to just have like the natural light, but like I said, it's like a really cloudy day, but I felt like filming, so yeah. And of course I edit my content in iMovie. Alright, so next question is, have you ever gotten hate on a video and how did you deal with it? The only time that I feel that I've gotten hate on a video, which I know is so rare for as much videos as I have and as long as I've been doing videos, and that is on a movie review that I did for Colored Girls, the Tyler Perry movie. I didn't really enjoy the film. Love Tyler Perry. I've enjoyed a lot of his films and things like that, but that particular film, I couldn't get into it. And people were making it seem like I was the worst person in the world, I guess because I'm African American and he's African American, so what do you mean you don't love it? That doesn't mean because he's black and I'm black I gotta automatically love it. I didn't love the film. Love Tyler, love a lot of his work, didn't really care for that particular film. And I got a lot of hate for some reason. I got a lot of dislikes and thumbs down and people telling me all kind of stuff, and I'm like, really? Okay, girl, bye. And how do I deal with it? Girl, bye. If I ever get a lot of hate, if I ever get any hate really, I typically just block it and delete it, block the person and delete the comment. I really don't have time to be going back and forth with people. Like, I feel like that's the beauty of me getting older. The older I get, the less I care what somebody has to say about me. That's how I know I'm getting older, how I know that I'm a grown woman. I don't go back and forth. You have never, in the years that I've been on YouTube, seen the Bronze Goddess go back and forth with anybody. I don't have time for that. Girl, please. I got kids to raise, books to write. I got things to do. I don't got time to be haggling with somebody who I don't even know. Girl, if I don't know them personally, I don't take it personal. How about that? Okay, and my next one is, let's see, do you make money through your channel? Yes, pretty much everybody does. As soon as well, back in the day, you had to be, accepted into the partnership program, but now I believe they say everybody is a partner, so as soon as they just run ads alongside my videos, on my videos and all that, I make money through things like that. How do you feel about creating and watching sponsored content? I have no problem creating sponsored content or watching it as long as it is genuine. Now, if you have always told me that you hate cats, you hate cats, you hate cats, and then all of a sudden I see you do a video about cat food on your channel, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Do you think you need a substantial amount of money in order to have a successful channel? Why or why not? Substantial, no, but can you do it with no money? Mm-mm. You will need some money. And then I feel like for a lot of the people who, say for example, the makeup artists and things like that, or if you do makeup videos, you may need substantial money because you have to have the latest palette. You have to have the latest and greatest everything. Nobody wants to see you use 5-year-old makeup. They want the chocolate bar. Then they want the semi-sweet chocolate bar. Then they want to know when you're going to get the next Anastasia Beverly Hills. And they want to know, do you have the Lorac Pro palette? And you have to have the latest and the greatest, and that can become very pricey. So yeah, for some things, I guess it depends on what you're doing on YouTube. You may need more money. If you're somebody who does a lot of hauls and a lot of lookbooks, you may need money to finance that type of thing. People don't consider that. You actually have to finance your channel. It takes a lot sometimes. But anyway, what do you think about the paid ad campaigns? I have never paid somebody to promote my channel or anything like that. Everything that's ever been done on my channel has been organic. I'm not against other people doing it. It's just not for me. Let's see, if you could travel back in time, what piece of advice would you give yourself before you started your channel? I would probably pay a lot more attention to my YouTube name. It's Bronze Goddess 01, but like, what is a bronze goddess? Like, what does that mean? And it's okay for me to be different. I am not a beauty guru. I am not a makeup, I'm a fashionista. I'm not a celebrity stylist. I'm not a lot of those things. So for me to achieve the level of success that I've achieved so far, whatever you want to call this, me being at 84,000 plus, is huge for me because I didn't have to change who I was to get it. I didn't have to be like everybody else to get it. I was able to be myself and talk about God and show my family and then be good, silly and be goofy and give honest relationship advice. I was able to do it my way. I never sacrificed. I never sold out. I was always me. And for me to get to this level right now is a big deal for me because I did it, in the words of Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. I did it my way, okay? And yeah, so next question is there anything you'd like to add that hasn't been touched on in these questions? No, it's pretty thorough. And the last one is, and I feel bad about this one, but it says spread love and give a shout out to about 5 channels that are under 10,000 subscribers that you enjoy watching. I went through last night and tried to find any, and I don't watch people who are huge. I don't have to watch somebody who is a beauty guru with 100,000 plus subscribers, but I watch people who are in like the 14,000, 13,000 and all that. I haven't found anybody on my particular little subscription thing that has a channel that's of that size, but I'd be willing to listen and watch somebody new. So be sure to let me know in the comment section, who do you watch? Who do you suggest that I watch that has less than 10,000 subscribers? And let's try to help grow their channel, all right? Let's spread the spirit of community, all right? So anyway, this video has been very honest and very blunt like I always am, and I know that I'm going to ruffle a few feathers with this one, but y'all know I don't really care. I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna say how I feel. I've always been blunt and nothing is gonna change about that. I've always been real. Everything I've said has been my honest opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Be sure to thumbs up if you enjoyed these types of videos. Who do I tag? I tag people who I know will keep it real. I want Destiny to do this video. Miss Destiny Godly, because I know Destiny will keep it funky. Colored Beautiful, again, somebody who I know is gonna keep it funky. Who else? Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else, but be sure to tag whoever you want to do this tag in the comment section below. Tag people who you know will keep it funky. Not somebody giving you the perfect PC correct answer. Anybody want that? I don't want that. I want the truth. I want that real. So yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. Deuces, honey.